All right, good morning, people. Good morning, guys. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, everyone. Hello. Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Good morning. Yeah, gold having a nice little squeeze here in gold in the pre-London session. Good morning, man. Good morning, everyone. Looks like Asia had some nice moves as well today. I haven't really traded today because I've been busy today, but it looks like Asia had some pretty decent liquidity plays today. Grab lows, pushed up, grabbed highs, pushed down. Some pretty decent range plays today. But yeah, happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday, guys. Yeah, unfortunately, I did just let me just make sure you guys can hear me all good. Let me move this around 2 seconds, guys. Where are we? Here. Yeah, I did just get some gold buys. Unfortunately, it did close me out because I changed the copy trading settings, and unfortunately this trade did take me out. But there is the possibility to get more longs here on gold, guys. I'll break it down here in a second. This long was just based off the 4-hour time frame. We'll break it all down in a second. But yeah, happy Friday, everyone. Hope everyone's had a good week in the markets. Let's have a look, see if we have any news today. I don't believe we have too much. No, nothing too crazy on the calendar today, which is good because considering the week that we have had, not too much going on. we had a very nice sell-off on very nice sell-off on gold yesterday. A very nice sell-off. Morning, guys. Good morning. You guys new, if anyone's new here, welcome back. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 7 years, mainly focusing on gold futures here in the European session. So we'll break down the markets for you guys for the next hour and a half. See what we get here to end the Friday off strong. Gold just had a beautiful hourly fake out here. 30-minute fake out, but it's still looking like we're gonna get a nice. Still looking like we're gonna get a nice 4-hour and hourly fake out as well. But kind of what I'm thinking today on gold is longs up into 33.50. That's where I kind of wanted to hold these buys, but unfortunately it just took me out. It just took me out as I changed the copy trading settings. So note, guys, don't change copy trading settings when you're in a trade. Yeah, I like gold to come back up into this 33.50 level today. Come up and tag these highs from the 17th. There you go. That was my intraday liquidity level where I was trying to trade gold into here for like about, I think it was about $650 across two. But unfortunately, it did just squeeze me out, so I did get a 350. We can't complain. But yeah, the main reason for that trade was just grabbing 4-hour lows, 4-hour support, and looking for gold to come up today. If we have a look at, let's do some top-down analysis here, guys. We'll look at all markets today. We'll break down all markets. We'll have a look at NQ. We'll have a look at gold here. Let me just move this. So yeah, yesterday on gold, guys. Interesting daily close again. Daily is still stuck in a very big range on gold. Stuck in a very big range. What I do like though, it's not the cleanest, but you kind of see here yesterday, what did we do? We came down and we liquidated a lot of day lows and massively held support. So this is a pretty strong rejection where we could see gold have a bit of a squeeze higher into up into yesterday's high. So yesterday's high could be a nice intraday target. Have a look at the 4-hour time frame. We had this this where I took these where was that daily high? So that was, where's the daily high gone? Here. So that's the previous daily high there. So how big of a range is this? This is a 130 tick range. That's pretty nice. You kind of see here in Asia, 4-hour grabbed highs, closed bearish. You just grab those and close bullish. The reason I just took these longs on gold, I just took these longs now, is it was just big support. And the currency, if I just show you guys, was actually looking much nicer as a 4-hour liquidity wick below the previous lows, holding this big support. So I just took a little shot at some longs, but it hit pretty well. And you can kind of see here on the currency chart, you do have some nice highs here, around 33.45. So to me, there is more room to see gold squeeze higher. That's why I kind of wanted to I kind of wanted to hold this trade for a much bigger play up into 33.50, but to be honest, now that I've entered and got out, I think we can get some new entries. You're getting a very, very nice hourly fake out here. Look at this, guys. You close bearish, no bottom weight, grab the lows, about to close very bullish. We'll see. And then the next target on gold would be for price to come up back up into this 33.50 level, and then potentially daily highs. More so for the London session, I think scalp into 33.50 would make the most sense. How big of a range is that? 50 ticks. 50 tick range is not bad. London's starting to shape up a bit here, considering London hasn't been that active this week. To me, it's looking good today. You did have some nice ranges in London today. Sorry, in Asia today. Look at this. In Asia, you had a huge push up yesterday. Asia came down, grabbed the lows. Lovely, lovely buys here. Where were you buying up into? 33.50. And you guys who were trading Asia today, that was a very, very nice 80 tick trade. Very, very, very nice. And then what did you do? Came up, tagged the highs, closed bearish, and then came right back down. So the range in Asia today was very, very, very nice. Very nice. So any guys who did trade Asia, that was a lovely, lovely range play. No, I didn't even look that low, to be honest, man. I just saw the 4 hour grabbing previous lows. I like longs, the hourly closes, no bottom wick. So as it was kind of wicking and starting to break back up, I just took some longs there, man. Just wanted to buy off this support and just kind of see how it holds. Because you kind of been seeing these bounces recently. But I was basically anticipating, yeah, the 4 hour, this is going to be a liquidity grab at the previous lows to continue pushing up. I have a intraday bullish bias on gold, so back down at this big support, I was like, yeah, let me just take it. Yeah, you could have taken off the 15 fake out. This little 15 fake out here, grab lows, close bullish, 715 here. You just got 46 ticks, $460, beautiful. So you could have, yeah, that probably would have been a nicer trade, to be honest. More confirmed, more valid. Actually bounced and closed off the support, then you could get a trade. There's your liquidity highs. But yeah, I took it from down here as it was kind of holding this support and rejecting. I just wanted to get involved. And my liquidity target was here. which is where I'm trying to hold it into. But unfortunately, I changed the copy trading settings and it unfortunately cut me out. So yeah, we're trying to see if we get some little pullbacks here at the London Open, guys. Pullback, and then we'll see if we get some more gold buys today. Like I say, this daily, you know, it is still pretty tough. But given it's the last day of the week, let's have a look at this weekly. How's this weekly forming? Yeah, not showing us too much. This weekly close is going to be interesting. I'm hoping we close a little bit more active than this. You know, it's not really showing us too much. But yeah, we're trying to see if we can get a squeeze higher. Pull back to where? It doesn't really matter where. We just wait for it to pull back and break out, and then we get in. Doesn't matter where you think price can pull back to. You wait for it to pull back and then break out, and then we get a trade. Whether it pulls back down to here or pulls back down to here, what matters is the breakout out of that pullback area. It's not really our job to try and worry about where price can pull back to. It's when you see it pulling back and then breaking out, cool, then you take your buys. Yeah, we'll look at all markets as well today, guys. We'll look at NQ, we'll have a look at copper, we'll have a look at crude. Break down all markets today for you guys. Let me just move this. So yeah, we'll see. We'll wait for the London Open here. Oh, you're there, man. You're there. Sorry, man. I didn't know if you were there or not. He's here. He's here. Created a W daily bullish trend line. Thoughts on gold grabbing the lows before breaking higher. Which lows, man? These ones? These ones here? These lows? I'd be surprised if we come back this low. Oh, cool. Thank you, man. Wait, good question. Nice. Thank you, man. So I wasn't sure if my I had on do not stop, so I wasn't sure if the message was coming through, man. Thank you. Aaron, can you recommend any good trading books? Just finished Trading the Zone and loved it. Yeah, nice. Trading the Zone is an amazing book, man. Trading the Zone is a fantastic book. One of my favorites. One of the first ones I ever really read. Another good one is Best Loser Wins by Tom Hogarth. That's another good one. Best Loser Wins is good. Weekly lows? I mean, maybe, but again, I wouldn't really be thinking that far ahead. We're trying to figure out what's going to happen in the next hour and a half to trade the London session. Could you grab week lows? Yeah, definitely. I mean, at some point next week, but worrying about what's down here to me is too far away. We're trying to think about what's right in front of us right now. Try not to, for day trading, try not to think that far ahead. Where could we be going in the next hour? Where could we have the next 50 to 100 tick move? That's all we're really trying to do here. I'm not really trying to, worry too much about what might happen, all the way down here. I'm trying to trade what's right in front of us here. But the closing high grabbed. Yeah, you'd have to see a pullback and maybe like a fake out, because that has came up, grabbed the highs, pulled back, came up, grabbed the highs. So it could be squeezed lower. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I do like these highs here though. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, man. Did you previously trade indices or currency pairs and eventually find your method worked best for gold, or have you always focused on gold? Good question, man. Now, I've always I've traded. Let me just turn this music down a little bit. Now, I used to trade more currency pairs. I come from a swing trading background, so I used to trade a lot of different currency pairs, and I just found gold to be the most consistent and the most what's the word? The most consistent with the way that it moved, and I just found gold to be very repeatable. So then I focused on just trading gold. But now in indices, I've never really traded like NQ or ES. Even before I moved to futures, it's not something I ever really traded. I only started to watch it a little bit more when I moved to futures. Yeah, Market Wizards. Yeah, Market Wizards is a fantastic book as well. Yep, they're great reading. Just pick them up and read from wherever. But no, I kind of, as I've grown in trading, I've slowly narrowed down the watch list to now be like, no, for day trading, just gold is good enough. For swing trading, I still trade, other assets other than just gold. But for day trading, just gold is more than enough for me. We'll break down other markets as well for you guys. But for me personally, yeah, I just focus on day trading gold. Nice hourly trend line coming down for buyers. Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. Yeah, nice. See that? Very nice. These were the liquidity lows that we gave yesterday. You guys on Zoom, we spoke about price coming down into these levels. Didn't really give too much of a pullback, but you kind of broke this level, held it, grabbed some highs, closed bearish, retested, 11 a.m. lunchtime. Lovely, lovely sell-off. Lovely sell-off into the lows there. Before then, you got bought right back up as well. So you kind of grabbed all of our downside levels this week. These were the levels we had here. Came down, grabbed the lows, ripped up. Came down, grabbed lows, pulling back. So the next level of interest would be back up here on gold. That's why I like longs. I'm not really too interested in shorts here today. All of our downside levels from this week have been grabbed. These lows here, these lows here, these lows here from yesterday. These have all been grabbed. So longs to me make the most sense. Now, if we're going to get a new entry, we want to see price pull back. I'd love to still be holding this because I wanted to ride this into 33.50. But let's wait for the London Open on gold, guys. We've got about 13 minutes till London's going to open. Let's have a look at some other markets. Have a look at NQ. Didn't your liquidity grab videos help me make 1K today in Asian session? Nice. Yeah, the liquidity grabs on gold today were fantastic, man. Liquidity range was so nice on gold. Came down, trapped in buys, squeezed them out, held support, had a lovely push up, then grabbed the highs, pushed back down. Yeah, there was some great liquidity plays there, man. Good job on 1K in Asia is fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic. Let's have a look at NQ. 33.89, be good for longs. 33.89. See, the thing is, On the high time frame on gold, we could easily come all the way back to 3,400. We really could. If this daily breaks these previous highs with volume, you could see gold back at 3,400. We don't stream Asia, man. Don't stream Asia. NQ, let's have a look. Wow, look at that. NQ just non-stop bullish, guys. Non-stop. Look at it. Previous day came down, grab lows, held support. Huge continuation push yesterday. NQ has been a... I know many guys in the community said about shorting NQ. NQ is not a market to short. NQ has just been very, 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 very bullish. Very bullish. Came down, grabbed lows, closed bullish. Grabbed the highs, bearish, grabbed the lows, bullish. Huge push yesterday. So, new all-time highs on NQ, which is mad. NQ is absolutely booming. Now, what would I want to see for NQ? To be fair, you'd probably want to see a little bit of a pullback now, though. You could come back down and pull back to this big breakout level from yesterday. Around 23,225-ish. Come and retest these 4-hour levels before seeing that next leg higher. NQ is not one to short. Any pullback, just keep buying NQ. NQ is very, very, very bullish. But look at this price action. This kind of looks like you're sort of correcting up, looking like you could come for a bit of a pullback here. But again, if you get too focused on, you know, shorts, then you miss the simple continuation. Like this has been just non-stop. Look at yesterday. Came down. Look at this. It was actually really nice. I didn't trade NQ yesterday, but look at this. Came down, tagged the lows. Huge rejection. Look at that. Massive, massive, massive rejection. And then what did he do? Into the just after the New York Open, just continued ripping. Absolutely huge. For London on NQ, I can see a bit of a potential pullback coming in. Again, though, you have to ask yourself: do you want to trade the pullbacks, or do you want to wait for the pullbacks to happen and keep following the trend? For me personally, on NQ, I'd rather keep following the trend. But I could, see even in London, maybe kind of pull back into 23,275s before going long. You got that VWAP just down there as well that we know NQ does love to respect. So a little bit of a pullback, and then I'd be looking for more continuation buys here on NQ. Did you just tag the highs? Yes, you did. Look at that. So you just came up, tagged the highs, having a little bit of a pullback here, which is quite nice. I guess kind of where you're coming into now. Could get bought up pretty quick. That's the thing with pullbacks on NQ. They get bought up pretty quick. What time London opens? London opens in 9 minutes, man. 9 minutes. London open in 9 minutes. I'd love to see gold break higher today. Gold to break high would be very nice. And like I say, you could, whether it happens today or whether it happens into next week, this range from 3,350 into 3,400 could get filled pretty quick, because there's not that much to the left making this, slow down. I think once you hit these levels, you could fill this 500 tick range pretty quick. I'm trying to see if we can get a bit of a pullback to continue buying here in London, but this is the buys were down here at the support, not up here. Yeah, longs would be beautiful. Yeah, I mean, especially with that big liquidity wick yesterday. Although the daily has been so choppy on gold, this is a nice liquidity wick of the lows. You had a nice little fake out, not a nice fake out, but you closed bearish here, and then you close straight back bullish. So you're kind of holding. You can see you kind of, if I just, too much analysis. Let's delete all of this for a second. You kind of see here, you broke below the support, you broke straight back above, now you're holding it. So where would the next targets be? All the way back up into here. Then what do you have just above this high? Also 3,400. So that's what I'm kind of looking at the higher time frame. Is 400 ticks a realistic target to have on gold? For intraday trading in London or just in general? It depends. For swing trading, not really. For intraday trading, yes. 400 is a very, very, very large move. If you think from, pretty much the whole price action this week, and they've had a lot of price action this week, this is a 400 ticks would be like here. Take you a good, again, it depends. Gold's been pretty active recently, so wouldn't be too surprising. But for an intraday trade, yeah, it's a little bit too aggressive. John in the house. What's going on, John? Since following Aaron, I've been on a great winning streak lately. Patience has been key. Stop chasing the markets. Let the markets come. Don't miss a live day, and it's changed the game for me. Nice one, John. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Good to have you here, man. That's what we like to hear. Appreciate tuning in, man. How do you make it so that whatever chart you are looking at, the contract will be matched? Here in the link. Make sure you have the same color here in the link as the color that you have on the order panel. So whatever you change, if you have this set to this, that'll be why. Whatever you have the chart set to on this color will be the same. I don't stream Asia, Rob. I just answered that. We don't stream Asia, man. Gold having a lovely push here, guys. This is a really nice hourly fake out here. Really nice hourly fake out. Copper, let's have a look. What's copper been up to? Bounced off $5 again? Oh wow. Yes, we did. Copper's been holding that 550 level. I like copper back up into, we already spoke about this week, 565 on copper. 565. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, I like copper to play this range here. Come up into 565 looks good. You got that huge support here. Look at this nice fake out yesterday as well. Look at this, broke below, broke right back above, continuing to break back higher. I don't think it could grab around 33.50 then shorts. Maybe, man. I don't really think that far ahead, to be honest, man. If we can see the 33.50 is a nice level, just trade into it, and then whatever happens out of that, we don't really have to worry too much. I agree. I think 33.50 will be a nice level, but do I think we're going to grab these highs and then break out? Like I say, I don't really think that far ahead, man. Right now, it's looking very bullish, so I wouldn't really be thinking about shorts. But you know, like I said, it's not our job to think about what might happen around here. If we can see that this is a nice level, let's trade into it, and then whatever happens above here, you know, we'll be in and out. But 33.50 looks like a great target. So yeah, absolutely. Could we reverse from here? Maybe. Could we break it and continue pushing up? Also, maybe. That's not really our job to kind of, like I say, you know, you don't really want to, our job's not to predict the markets or predict what might happen up there. But if we can see that 33.50 is a lovely level to come into before potentially doing something else, well then let's just expose ourselves to that and trade into it. And then when price gets up into 33.50, we've got our longs and we're done. We're in and out. But to be honest, with the way yesterday closed, grabbing lows and holding support, I wouldn't really be thinking too much. And there's no real, like I posted in Discord, there's no real daily bias here. So you have to be very reactive. It's not the market to think or predict. How much of a range do we still have here in gold? You may just see it quickly spike it. 33 ticks is a lovely push here. Lovely 30-minute fake out here, guys. Grab the lows, close bullish. Very nice buys here at 7:30. We're gonna get a nice London Open here. Lovely push here on gold, guys. Lovely push. I really wanted to, like I said, ride these longs up into here. London Open in 2 minutes here, guys. Looks like gold is going to probably just squeeze these highs pretty quick. You might not really see much of a pullback here. You're looking very bullish. You've already had the pullback. This was the pullback. This was the liquidity grab. There's your breakout. A lovely push. Very nice push. Let's see, is NQ having a pullback? Hourly close. You might get an hourly fake out here on NQ. Nice hourly fake out there. Based on time during market open hours. I'm not too sure what you mean. You wouldn't trade outside of open hours. I'm not sure what you mean. If you mean session opens, yes. So yeah. Sorry, I wasn't too sure what you meant. Yeah. No, I don't. I wouldn't say just trade London at London Open. It kind of depends on the markets. Friday break. No, it's all good. I was a little bit confused. I wasn't 100% sure what you meant. But no, sometimes London Open can be great and give you lots of trades. Sometimes it can take until 11 a.m. What you really want to focus on is high time frame closures, to be honest. Like I'll take a trade pre-London just because it's not London Open. I'll still get a trade. One thing I found with gold is it doesn't necessarily always move with a lot of volume at a specific session open. Like NQ in New York, you're guaranteed to get a lot of volume at the New York Open. Gold's not really like that. Gold kind of breaks out when gold wants to break out. But the best way to kind of trade it so you're not sat there watching it all day aimlessly is watching higher time frame closures. But I personally don't really look at the timing of the session. As long as gold's shape it up for me, I'm looking to get in. Lovely hourly fake out here, guys. If we get a bit of a steeper pullback, I'd love to continue buying gold. Where would I want us to pull back to? Just a little bit of a pullback to here. You can easily just squeeze it from here, but in order for me to get a good risk reward, I want to see gold have a bit of a pullback to then get long. There's a lovely hourly fake out. Grab the lows, close with a huge bullish engulfing candle. Engulf the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 plus hours worth of volume in one single candle. So for me, gold up into 33.50 looks very nice here. Like I say, you might not pull back down this low. You may just squeeze it from here. Let's see. Let me get rid of this. Let's clean up some of these levels here. If one mini on GC right now, size of a 50k combine. What do you mean? Sorry. If one mini on GC right size for a 50k. I got you. Again, it's not really for me to tell you which size to risk. Depends on how big your stops are. One mini for me might be good for me, but for someone else it might be too big. I would say start small. I would say trade 5 micros. I might take some longs on this level in a second here, guys. It's not a bad level here. I'll take a little long here. Let's see if we get long on this little level. See if we can continue pushing up. Keep stops somewhere, any closure below. And I want to see if this can come for a much steeper run. We want to see this higher time frame continue to break high here on gold. But now I've passed 50k's just trading 5 micros. But like I said, it depends. What's your average stop? How big is your stop? What's your win rate? There's a lot of factors that go into it. It's not really something that I can pick for you. It's something that your stats should tell you. Should have been from there. Let me just skip this copyright-free music on. I failed another combine yesterday. Is that one now cancelled? Am I able to purchase another? It won't be cancelled, I don't believe. You will... I believe if you want to cancel, you would have to cancel and purchase a new one. Otherwise, it'll reset at the rebill. We wait for a wick down into copper before longs. Copper. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, copper's already had a very decent push. So if you're not already in longs on copper, yeah, you'd probably want to see a bit of a pullback. Back down into, say, 554s before then going higher. Yeah, there was nowhere really to get into it from here. But now that you have broken out, yeah, you'd want to see a bit of a pullback. Yeah, I'm in this trade. NQ, decent close there, guys, but be careful. This could get bought up on here on NQ. This is a big support. I wouldn't want to be jumping in shorts here on NQ. Nice. Change my stops to when the trade is invalid instead of certain preset risk reward since watching your videos. Yeah, nice, Dylan. That's the absolute key, man. That's amazing to hear, man. I love to hear that. That's the absolute key. It's never just people get so fixated on putting their risk reward opinions on the markets, whereas that's not how the markets move, man. So that's amazing to hear. Love to hear that, man. Break-even point would be based off here. These highs here. As soon as these highs get grabbed on the currency, I'd like to manage on the futures. If this 30 minute comes up and breaks these highs, stops will go break even here soon. This stop loss here is just to keep me safe. My actual exit would be any closure below here. But like, nah, you're good, man. I think you still got a good entry, man. Still a good entry. Nice little squeeze. As soon as we hit this resistance, you know, we may see a little bit of rejection. But to be honest, I think a lot of people will be trying to short gold here. Yeah, 10 micros is good because then you can close partials. Yep. You spent, well, my Whoops give me something. You spent 0 minutes in the high stress zone today. Thank you, Whoop. We'll see. Well, it depends. We'll see if gold hits here. My Whoop's telling me I haven't spent any time in the high stress zone. We'll see about that. Yeah, I agree. It is a very tight range, but what I do like is the fact that a lot of people would be trying to short this on gold, sitting their stops above. So you have to be pretty aggressive with the management. But I love these highs to get hit here on gold. It's kind of where my alert is here. But as soon as we hit the highs, yeah, I'll manage pretty quick. I'm trying to see if, you know, we can come back up into maybe these areas up here. But very little drawdown on there. Oh, wrong screen. Sorry, guys. What have I done? There we go. There we go. Sorry. Dumb question, but I cannot find the information about closing partials. Lucas, there's no such thing as a dumb question here, man. Any question is a relevant question. Anything you think is a dumb question, I promise you it's not, man. Ask away. But in order to close partials on Topstep, you need to have, for instance, here, if I only have one contract, I can't close half of a contract. The only way I can close partials is if I have, let's say, 5 contracts. Or let's say I have 10 contracts, I want to close half, I'll buy 10 and sell back 5. But if you want to close, you can't close a partial of this one. In order to close partials, you have to have more than one. So if you're trading, you know, 1 mini, that's why the guy's saying, you know, maybe you might want to trade 10 micros. Now at least you can close 5. We're hitting this resistance here, guys, so I may manage soon here. We're kind of holding this zone pretty well. Nice little trend here on gold today. Nice little trend. Held this nice support. Got initially long from here. So I wanted to hold this initial long all the way up into here, to be honest. But got that one. Broke above here. I think this is a sell trap here. People shorting here. Sitting stops above. It's just whether or not we can drive from here. We have a little bit of a pullback. We'll see. This hard stop is a hard stop to keep me safe. My actual exit would have been any closure back below here. Hard stops and mental stops, 2 different things. I use a lot of mental stops. And this is, again, guys, this is why patience pays. I have I've maybe taken 3 trades this week. It's been a very quiet week for me on gold, but I'm up like over 3,000 this week. And this is why patience pays. Could take no trades on Tuesday, no trades on Wednesday. here on Friday, I've had 2 trades in the past like 10 minutes. I'm going to move my stops to break even here, guys, because we're coming very close to the highs. That resistance was the V up, second deviation, blue line in the screenshot. Nice, Senna. Where did you send it? Sorry, man. Oh, if you sent it on Discord, I may not have seen it yet. If you can send it over here, man, I'd love to see. I'd love to have a look. Trade New York. Yeah, New York's been. New York's had the a lot of the plays this week. A lot of the plays this week. I do trade New York as well. Nice trade. Thank you, man. Thank you. When you say currency, do you mean spot? Yes, I watch both. Yes. For instance, here I'm watching the spot, how it reacts around these highs here. So futures back at that 33.50 level. Currency hasn't quite grabbed the highs yet, but we may get an initial reaction from here. That's why I'm going to break even. Why has it done that again? Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Let me fix the screen. Where are we? There we go. There we go. Don't panic. Yeah, I'm break even, Rob. Yeah, yep. Yeah, you say no question is a dumb question, but I bet asking you for your express pass is dumb. I don't know if it's dumb, but yeah, maybe a little bit. Hey, you don't ask, you don't ask, you don't get. You don't ask, you don't get. Squeezing the highs here, guys. Anyone who is selling gold here getting squeezed out. My initial long that I wanted to hold this from, already up like 1,000 here, which is huge. Across 2. But like I say, guys, this is why patience pays. Might not get any trades on Wednesday. Might not get any trades on Thursday at the London Open. Here on Friday, there's been 2 back-to-back bangers. If you tried to trade during the tough range we have seen this week, like I always say to you guys, by the time the good trades come up, you're always going to be chasing your tail because you can't. Bed's not being a trade 24/7. Whereas me personally, if I don't take a trade for a day, I don't really care because I know that next trade and that next bit of volume is always right around the corner. But if I force the bad trades, then by the time the good trades do come up, I'll just about be getting back to break even. Yeah, I probably would, Sam. To be honest, yeah, I probably would because we're kind of at the resistance. So what I'm kind of thinking here, let me just show you guys on a clean chart. What I'm thinking here is we might actually come back down and grab these 15-minute lows, which may take me out, but I'd rather secure some up here than actually take a new entry if we do come back down here because this is a pretty decent move to London session. Like although the initial move happened early in our session, but this is already 130 ticks a month. That's a very decent move. So if it does get me at break even, I'd like to get a better long, below some 15 lows. So yeah, as soon as we hit the highs, I probably would, man. Yep. Yeah, I'm not really. I do like these highs up here. Will these highs get hit in the London session? Probably not. Like I say, this is already a very nice push for the London session. Although, this kind of started at 7 a.m. London time, it's still, this is still pre-London. This is still a London session. So the likelihood is, yeah, you could range, and then you can maybe pull back, grab some lows before then you might get the continuations there in London. So yeah, I'd rather lock in that trade and, potentially get another entry. But closing guaranteed me passing another combine. Nice work, Matty. Nice work, man. Beautiful work. Beautiful work, man. Beautiful work. Passing the combine here on a Friday is amazing. So yeah, I'm not really yeah, I'm just kind of looking for like here, pretty much. Maybe into these highs, maybe. I'm more so watching this currency chart around the highs. As soon as this currency chart hits the highs, I'm gonna be closing. 3 XFAs, nice, Matty. Nice, man. Nice, nice, nice. That's amazing. Considering the markets we've been in, man, that's amazing. Good job. Beautiful work, man. Beautiful work. Just got out. Nah, it's stalling, to be honest. You know, where our entry is, it's not a bad place to manage, to be honest. 26 ticks here in the London session is good. Oh, nice. Let's have a look, man. Oh, yeah, nice, nice, nice. What platform is that, man? Yeah, big level, yeah. I like that, man. I like that. Motivate, yeah, no, I've seen people using that, man. I've never used that. It looks good. It looks good, though. I like that. So it's kind of right there as well. Yeah, gold could have a bit of a pullback soon, so. All right, get a nice little squeeze here, guys. 330, 340. Currency's about to hit the highs here. Currency's about to hit the highs. I'm going to lock in 210, just in case we wick these highs and pull back aggressively. I'm going to lock in 210. Very little drawdown in that position, if any. Did the currency just hit the highs? It's about to. Currency's about to hit the highs here, guys. A very nice London move. Let's lock in 250. Currency's just tagged the highs there, guys. Yeah, I'm closing that there. The currency just did tag the highs there, guys. So I'm my alert didn't go off, but you actually did just tag the highs. If I just show you guys here, let me just move the alert out of the way. You did just tag the highs, so that was my exit. So yeah, I'm locking that in there, guys. Two very, very, very good trades here. I'm up $600 across 2 accounts here. Very, very, very nice trades. Very little drawdown on both of the positions. Took 600, yeah, nice, Rob, nice. 35 ticks, yeah, amazing. Close $1,000 profit, 2 XFAs, yeah, beautiful, Nicky, nice. 32 ticks, nice, nice, nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful work. 2 great trades. Great trades at 7 AM, continuation trades at 8 AM. London Open, beautiful. Very, very, very nice London trend here, guys. And again, I'm going to emphasize it because it's so important. The days where we stay patient and you guys are waiting for me to take a trade, I stay patient for a reason. Why? Because I know that these trades are always right around the corner. And rather than trying to trade, when on the days where London's doing this, I wait for these opportunities and I absolutely take advantage of them. One of the biggest things in trading, guys, is knowing when to trade and when not to trade. This is when we should be trading because there's good volume and there's good levels to play into. So I'll absolutely take advantage of it. 800 profit between 2 combines. Nice, and beautiful work, man. Beautiful work. Very nice. Very cute. Yeah, if you have more than one, hold some runners if you want to. Hold some runners. Nah, that's all good, Joe. As long as you understand the reasons behind it, man, that's what's the most important part. The main reason for this trade was the currency chart hitting highs. You know, you may squeeze up higher, like I say, but with our entry being at a level of resistance here, price could easily pull back, hit this level before going higher. So I'd rather just lock in the trade and you know, not be worried about a pullback. If we pull back and get another entry, then, you know, maybe we'll see if we want to take it. But to be honest, I just had 2 back-to-back winning trades. So we shall see. What made you have so much confidence in this? Sorry if I missed your analysis. That's all good, man. The reasons for this trade. There's a few reasons for this trade. The main reason, yesterday you had a huge liquidity grab, massive liquidity grab. Grab lows, held support. So daily bias is bullish. Second reason, massive 4-hour support, liquidating previous 4-hour lows. Third reason, previous highs, which is a level where most people are trying to short and sit in stops above. So 3 good reasons, all of them based on the high time frame. Lower time frames purely for execution, like I always say to you guys. I guess you could say reason number 4 is fake outs. That's why actually these buys were much nicer. That would have been a much nicer entry. But I was already long from down here for my first position. But second position, that 30-minute fake out would have been great. So there was a decent amount of confluences for that trade. That's what made it so nice, yeah. Hi Aaron, with your experience of trading gold, would you say that it respects engulfing candles as well as doji candles? Yeah, it does very well, yep. Especially for fake outs, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think so as well, mate. Yeah, for fake outs, yeah, engulfing candles are important at key levels though. So for instance, this 30-minute fake out, the reason this 30-minute fake out was so nice, sorry, this 30-minute engulfing, the reason this engulfing candle was so nice was because it was a liquidity grab and it was a fake out. There's a good few reasons as to why an engulfing candle can be good. You don't trade an engulfing candle just because it's an engulfing candle. You trade an engulfing candle because it's a liquidity grab or it's a fake out and it's following your overall liquidity levels. So two very nice trades there. But like I say, guys, it's not about following the trades and copying them blindly. It's not a signal class. The reasons behind the trade is what's so important here. So you guys can take these positions on their own. They're great when they come on the London session, but like we've seen recently, London Open's been a little bit quieter this week. We had a great trade on Monday, nothing on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, and then 2 back-to-back trades here on Friday. So these trades will happen a lot of times every single week, but not always when we jump on. But you guys want to understand the reasons behind these trades, so when they come up, even when we're not on stream, you guys are able to understand it and execute it. I don't think you can, Senna. I don't think you can customize them this much. That's nice though. No, you definitely can't. Yeah, I don't think you can custom that much, man. Unfortunately. Mine is that's all I can do, man. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Topstep so much smoothly, 100%, 100%. So this is yeah. There's no new entries up here. Not up here. This one wasn't chasing. This one definitely wasn't chasing. You broke out. You held a level. You squeezed higher. Couldn't be more obvious. You broke above a level, you held it, and you pushed higher. You had clear targets, you had a breakout. Don't need much more than that. The nicer trade, though, to be honest, the nicer trade out of all of these positions was the 7:30 buy. You had a liquidity grab and a fake out. That was a great buy. Great buy. This one here, like I said to you guys, I was trying to hold this all the way up into these highs for like $1,000 trade. The reason I closed it is because I was playing around with the copy trade in seconds. Oh, good question, Dylan. Good question. If you had one important thing that helped you become profitable trading, what would it be? The ability to not hesitate when I see a trade. If I see a trade and I think it's good, just take it. Don't be scared of losing. It's okay to be wrong. I would rather be wrong in a trade than sit there and do nothing. If my plan is there, just take the trade. If my plan's not there, of course you wait. But if my plan's there and I can see the reasons, but I get scared to take it, then that's not good. And also, it's kind of hard to put one important thing, but another good point is don't be so focused on having, like you said, man, don't be so focused on having the biggest risk to reward. Just focus on good execution and getting good with calling market direction and refine over time. People in the earlier days are too obsessed with trying to have the most refined entry with the biggest risk to reward and the tightest stop loss and blah, blah, blah. I wasted way too much time and missed way too many opportunities because you're trying to have the perfect trade and the perfect opportunity. If you see a trade, it's breaking out, it's holding levels, just take it. If you have reasons to take the trade, just take it. If it doesn't work, who cares? You'll learn something. But just take the trade. An important thing I've found that helped me is the pain of losing XFAs. Yeah, 100%. That's very true as well, man. Yeah, removing that emotional attachment to the trading accounts, 100%. That's a big thing as well. If you had to choose 2 time frames for trading gold, one for analysis and one for execution, I mean, I don't know why you would want to do that. I don't really think it's advanced to use multi-time frame analysis. I wouldn't really put them limitations on yourself to have to do that. But if I had to say which of the 2 time frames I would say, hourly and 30-minute on gold, fantastic. You could just trade the hourly and 30-minute very, very well. Wait for these 30-minute fake outs, these engulfing candles, these hourly fake outs, and trade very, very, very well. I like to use multi-time frame analysis personally, but yeah, you could 100% just use the hourly and 30-minute and just wait for breakouts. Let the markets come to you. That's the biggest thing, guys. I know it's, sometimes you guys see me waiting for positions. Sometimes we wait an hour and a half, we don't take a trade, but it's because I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for volume. Look at this lovely, lovely push, you guys. Lovely. This is a very, very nice push in London session, guys. 150 ticks. Why? Again, what's a reason that this was a nice push? What did Asia do today, guys? Look what Asia did. Although Asia did have some great trades, Asia ranged. If I see Asia ranging, then I know London's going to be good. If I see Asia's had a, 300 tick move, which it's been doing recently, the likelihood London is probably going to move more so close to like 10 to 11 a.m. But today, Asia ranged. London's had a nice push. And by 8:30 London time, you guys are absolutely done for the day. Well, depending on where you are. Unless some of you guys are tuning in from crazy late at night. Depending on where you guys are, that's, there's your trade. By 8:30 London time, you're done for the day. Two great trades. Great trades. If you're holding the trade, which is a great hold, I would be holding into here. Yeah, pretty much where you are. Like, this is, like I say, this is a big push for the London session. You don't see London pushing this big very often, so I wouldn't be afraid to lock in some gains. Because you don't want to see it tag these highs and just range and pull back and stop you out. For a London day trade, for a London scalp, I should say, this is a great move. Great move. Yeah, 100% it is, man. Yep. It is, man. It absolutely is. A really important thing I found was learning what trades to stay out of. Yeah, 100%, lady. That's the key, man. That's the key. That's what I said to you guys yesterday. It's not about finding more good trades. It's about staying out of the bad ones that you shouldn't be in. And what made this trade so clean was the high time frame. High time frame is so important, guys. The lower time frame can just become noise. The best way to use the lower time frame is to have an idea of what's happening on the higher time frame. And what made this trade so clear to me was a massive 4-hour support. This was the liquidity level that we gave yesterday. You came down, you grabbed this liquidity, had a huge breakout. And what were you doing? You were pulling back, you were grabbing 4-hour lows, and this 4-hour candle was flipping bullish. So I always keep in the back of my mind, how's that high time frame looking? So as this 4-hour here is grabbing the lows and starting to reject, then I know when I drop down to my lower time frame, I'm just looking for breakouts. I'm looking for breakouts following what my higher time frame is doing. And I have also clear targets. I had good liquidity targets today. I had liquidity targets of where most people were trying to short and where they had their stops. You guys know the way that we love to trade these liquidity levels on gold. What does gold do? It loves to trap people before then having the real move. So you had these highs here, tried to push down. I think a lot of sellers would have been trapped here, stopped sitting above. We trade into the highs. So we have clear higher time frame bias with intraday liquidity levels. I don't find they work that well on gold, to be honest. It depends. For swing trading, absolutely. For day trading, I don't think trading works that well. Obviously, in this situation, this is a time where you absolutely could trade, but it's very rare that you actually see this clean of a run on gold in London session. Like, this is a very, very, very nice run in London session. You don't see this nice of a run. Typically on gold in London session, you can push this much, but typically, you'll push up and then you'll come down and then you'll continue pushing up. And I always just find my runners just end up getting stopped. So I prefer to have my entry, have my exits, and if I want to take another trade, then I'll just take another trade. Personally, man. Maybe if you're trading like NQ or something, you might be able to hold runners better. But for gold in the London session, I've never really found good consistency trying to hold runners. I find it better just to have my entry. Entry is great at teaching. Thank you, man. That's what we try and do here. That's what it's all about, man. I'm trying to take these trades with you guys and talk through it at the same time. And it's very difficult taking positions live and talking through it at the same time. But this was a good trade, man. Yep, appreciate it. You guys on YouTube, remember, drop a like for this Topstep stream as well. We'll hear all next week as well. And we've had a very, very, very good week. If you guys have tuned into the streams this week, we've had no losers. And we've had only winners because we stayed out of the times during Tuesday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday where the markets in London just did absolutely nothing. And I know it can be frustrating. You guys are, when we're on the markets here and gold's doing nothing, you guys are like, why is he not taking a trade? But the reason I'm not taking a trade because there's no opportunities. And we can't, like I said to you guys, we can't control the markets. We can only control the positions that we decide to take. So when I see the markets arranging, like this was, where was London yesterday? So you had a nice sell-off yesterday. Where was the day where London pretty much was stuck in it? I think it was this day? Or maybe it was the previous day as well. Yeah, here, London did absolutely nothing. And these are the times where everyone gives back their gains. We all make money here. And these are the times where people can't bear to not be in a position. And this is where they give it all back. You give it all back because you can't bear to not be in a position 24/7. And you guys are wondering, like, why is he not doing something? The reason I'm not doing something is because I know that these opportunities are right around the corner. And if I try and trade during times like this and I give back all my gains, I'm going to kick myself when these opportunities come up and I'm just about getting back to break even. It's more of a psychology thing than anything. You know, we're all able to get these trades, you know, we're all able to get these big trades, but it's these times where everyone gives it all back. These times, everyone gives it all back. Because people want to be in a trade 24/7 because they're trying to get some sort of dopamine fix as opposed to trading what actually works. This week have been 3 break-evens from not taking profit soon enough. Hey man, lock in the gains, man. It's not a week to hold big trades, man. I had a big swing break-even this week as well. It's not the week to hold huge trades. Don't be afraid to lock in gains, man. Yeah, nice, Dylan. Nice. Been watching you for weeks. Just joined the Traders Club yesterday. So far, so good. Nice one, Dylan. Appreciate you being here, man. What are your thoughts about next week? With no major news. Yeah, what do we have next week? August can be one of the quietest months of the year for me. For day trading, not as much, to be honest. Let me just see what have we actually got next week. I'm just having a look here because it gives it to my times. What do we have next week? So, we have nothing today. What do we have? So, we got nothing. We got a yen bank holiday on Monday. Tuesday, we have nothing. Wednesday, we have nothing. Yeah, wow. Thursday. Let me just actually... Some of these news other currencies are important, but I just want to see what we actually got for the US dollar. Wow. Unemployment claims has no real impact. PMI on Thursday. Just approach a little bit more cautious, to be honest, man. But to be honest, the thing is, with day trading, I say August is my typically quietest month, but that's more so when I'm talking about like higher time frame moves. For in-trade trading, you can still get great trades even when there's been no news here this morning. Gold still had a great move. You just have to be a little bit more patient and wait for higher time frame breakouts, man. You will still get some great trades next week, no doubt. But it'll probably be a week like I kind of said this week, where we're not trying to shoot for home runs. You know, we're trying to get our base hits next week if there's not a lot of news, man. Yeah, me too, Matt. Yeah, me too. Would you define opportunity as one-sided market that needs to break into balance? Would you define opportunity as one-sided market that needs... I'm not too sure what you mean, man. How do you identify when we go into choppy markets before it starts consolidating? I get faked out a lot. Well, that's the game, man. That's the game. This is the thing with ranges. You don't always know price is going to be in a range until it happens. But the thing is with me, let's say if I trade this range, like I don't. It's easy for me to look back and go, oh, you know, this was a range. You guys shouldn't trade in here. But sometimes you have to take a position in the range to know it's actually ranging. But the thing is with ranges is, when people get caught up in a range, like for me here, I could trade this range. Let's say for whatever reason, I tried to short this range and I got stopped out here for whatever reason. That's fine. You know, you're never going to know prices in a range until you take a position and you see it starts the range. The thing is, most people trade ranges, they get stopped out and then they keep trading and keep trading. If I get stopped on a range, I zoom out and I go to the higher time frame and I go, okay, cool. Where was that range we were just looking at? Here. I can see we're going bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. Okay, that's when I go, okay, cool. Let me take a step back. Whereas people go, no, I need to revenge trade that loss. You know, I could take a trade in this range and I could lose money. But the old me would continue to trade in this range and get so zoned into the 5 minute and get faked out constantly and end up taking 5+ trades. And it never works. So for me now, if I take a trade in a range and I can see, okay, cool, now we're creating a range. Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, okay, cool. The price action is completely sideways. Just wait. The key is, it's okay to trade a range. Sometimes, like I say, you need to position the markets to get a feel for the markets. But the second that I can identify that we are ranging, I just take a step back straight away. because these are the times where you get so zoomed into the 5 minute and you get so faked out on gold that's where all the losses come from. Like I say, I love the 5 minute on gold. We've traded the 5 minute here beautifully today, but I only trade the 5 minute once it's breaking out. If you try and trade the 5 minute during here, the amount of false opportunities that gold would have tried to give you in here would have been insane. Look how many times this 5 minute broke above, and below, and below. But you go back and look at the higher time frame and you go, oh wow, it was doing absolutely nothing. So just zoom out. Always have that bigger picture, man. Or like I say to you guys, the best trades, even these trades here, they come from having the higher time frame in mind. Don't get so zoned in on the 5 minute. The 5 minute is purely for execution. Higher time frame paints the picture, man. London Open is at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Gold having a lovely push, guys. It's probably one of the nicest London pushes we have seen probably all week. And we capitalized on it, which is good. That's what we're here to do. There's a lovely, lovely trending breakout here. So we need to, we kind of, for the rest of the day, guys, we need to be watching gold and watching this higher time frame. Because if this starts to break back higher, we have to be watching this 3400. I don't know if it will come today. I kind of hope it doesn't, so we can take it together next week. But 3400 is going to be a nice upside target for me. I got some signals for you, man. Don't you worry. Plenty. Would you wait for a 50% retracement? I would wait for... What would I wait for? What's that? 50%? Back down here. Yeah, kind of 50% lines up pretty nicely. Let me just have a look at this on a clean chart. What you'd probably want to see now is, well, we're clearly about to close back above this 3350 level, which is great. That's what you want to see. As soon as price gets back above 3350, next level on gold would be to come back up into 64s, which again is a very, very nice range. This is a 100 tick range. You still guys got plenty of trades for the rest of the day if you really want some. All you'd want to see now is probably, I think what you'll probably see is the next hour maybe grab the highs, close a little bit doji, then you might see the next hour come down, grab these lows, and then see if you can have that liquidity grab and then potentially break back higher. Let me move this across a bit. It's not the best of drawings, is it? It's not bad though. Something like that. Next hour to close a bit, maybe this is, again, look at this. This is 2 hours of great volume in the London session. So you'll very likely maybe see the 9 a.m. close a bit doji. Then you may get some more longs towards like 10 a.m. where you have a liquidity wick into this level and then you continue breaking out. That's what I'd be looking forward to be honest. And because you kind of have to accept, if you zoom out, this doesn't look like that big of a move. For the London session, this is a big move. The likelihood is you're going to range, you're going to create some liquidity, you're going to pull back, liquidate some lows, and then you can have the push. This is a lovely, lovely, lovely move. Lovely move. Let's have a look here at NQ. And when you reference liquidity targets, do you mind showing how a novice could identify one? Yeah, of course, man, of course. Let's have a look. Look at this, NQ. Where was our levels from NQ? NQ here, look, you finally broke back below. Little pullback. Nice little sell-off here in NQ, 8:30 London time, guys. Nice little squeeze here. You'd be wanting to see this candle close, maybe this candle close, and then short this one. In terms of identifying a liquidity wick, I'll give you the examples this week because we have had some incredible levels this week, man. In very, very, very good levels. I've deleted them all off now because they've all been hit, but this was a great one from this week. And we gave all of these before as well. To me, a liquidity level is trying to... So one of the biggest things that gold loves to do is gold loves to grab previous highs or lows before having the real move. It's just what gold absolutely loves to do. You can see it. This is the trade that we took on Monday as well. Remember, you guys who were here on Monday? We took longs on Monday where? Up into this liquidity level. So what does price do? Comes up, grabs the highs, has the real sell-off. This was our downside liquidity level from Monday as well. If we know gold's going to have a big move high, it's going to come down and grab the lows. So all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to identify these liquidity levels and then trade into them. I used to wait for lows to get grabbed and then try and trade out of them. I find I have a much better win rate and a much easier trades identifying the levels, and rather than waiting for me to see them get grabbed and then try and trade out of them. Well, if I can, like here today, if I can identify this is a level that needs to get grabbed, well then I'll trade into it. Like you guys someone was asking, you know, could this be a liquidity grab of this high to then go short? Who cares? That's not our job. Our job is to identify these levels and trade into them. So what I'm trying to identify is levels on gold where you haven't grabbed previous highs or lows before having the next move. For instance, here on gold, the reason that we were speaking about this level on the 16th, which was, what, 2 days ago? Yeah, on Wednesday, you guys go back to Wednesday stream, I gave you guys these lows here. It got hit in the New York session. Is what I was basically saying is, I believe a lot of people will be trapped in something like this on gold. A lot of people try and jump in these big longs where they set their stops here. Anyone buying here where they set their stops just down below this low. So what does price love to do? Loves to grab the lows before then either breaking higher or breaking lower. And all I'm trying to do is identify these levels, and I'm trying to short into them here. I'm not trying to wait for these lows to get grabbed and trying to go long. I'm trying to identify these levels, and then I'm shorting into them. Same as our trade that we took together on Monday. We're buying up into this liquidity high. Same as here today. Rather than waiting, and this is where people go wrong with liquidity, is they overcomplicate it. They wait for these highs and then try and go short. Well, if you did that here today, not only would you have lost money trying to short, you would have wasted time and opportunity to buy up into it. So I try and identify levels that price needs to tag and trade into it. The reason I was looking at this liquidity level here today, same thing. A lot of people trying to short this resistance. What has price not done here? Well, it never re-grabbed these previous highs. So what does gold love to do? Loves to come back for the highs. It may sound complicated, but I promise you, the more you see it on gold, the more it makes sense. Gold does it a huge amount of time. Almost before any real move on gold. You can see, look, what do we do all the time? Comes down, grabs lows, then has the push. Grabs the highs, has the push. Grabs the highs, has the push. Comes down, grabs lows, pulls back, bigger push. So I used to try and trade out of liquidity, where I would, let's say if I had a double top like this, and I'd be looking to do something like this before then going short. Not quite that. I'll be looking for liquidity levels to get grabbed, then trying to go short. But what I found to have a much better success rate is we don't know what's going to be a break and retest and what's going to be a liquidity grab. So rather than trying to wait for these highs to then trying to go short, if I can identify down here that this is a nice high that needs to get grabbed, any breakout I want to trade into the resistance. Because there's nothing to say you don't grab these highs and keep pushing, which is exactly what we've done here today. Sometimes you'll grab the lows and completely reverse. Sometimes you'll grab the highs and continue pushing up. So rather than trying to wait for these levels to try and trade out of them, if you can identify that this is a good liquidity level when you're all the way down here, well, all you're trying to do is just buy up into it, and then that's your trade, that's your job, that's your position. Strategy looks pretty interesting. Where's your question, man? I have issues maintaining discipline over long periods, so I'm looking to automate. Nice, man. Nice, yeah, 100%. So I'd love to see that, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. Was the entry that you made earlier trade you did today based on the 5 minute? This one here, man, this was more of a risky one. This was just purely based off the 4 hour, man. As I saw the 4 hour grab and lows and rejecting on the currency, I just took this one. This was a little bit more aggressive. I just wanted to take just to buy off that zone to see how it goes. This one would have been the best trade here today. This 730 would have been the best trade. Grab the lows, faked out. So don't try to worry about catching these ones. This is the one you want. That's a great one. This explanation is much better, so much clearer than the course itself. Yeah, nice one, Chaz. That's what we like to hear, man. That's what these streams are all about. You know, even the days that we don't necessarily take trades here, even though we've had a great trade here today, it's all about learning and understanding. Honestly, you guys who sit here you guys on Zoom for at least 2 to 3 hours every single day, it's a matter of time before you see these things on your own and you get your own eye for it. Looks a bit different. Yeah, this low that I took earlier, I wouldn't focus that one too much, man. That was that one. So I got in at 39.2, and I got out 49.8. Exit 49.8. Wait, no, that's the no. Sorry, what am I on about? 42.8. That was the second one. I'm trying to look at the top one. How many ticks are great for you? Is 20 ticks enough? Absolutely, man. Depends on how. If you're going for 20 ticks, how much are you losing? In the London session, It depends. If you had asked me that question 2 years ago, or even a year and a half, even a year ago, 20 ticks in the London session, that's a great move. Recently, London, Asia, and New York are moving a couple of hundred ticks. So for me, 20 ticks depends on how big the ranges are, to be honest, man. I would never just close 20 ticks because it's 20 ticks. Sometimes I might only take 20 ticks, like what? Here I only took 13 ticks. But I didn't just take, 24 ticks or 45 ticks just because it's 45 ticks. I take the money because it's coming into a level where it could potentially go against me. But with the way that London and Asia and New York has been moving recently, ideally I'm trying to get more than that. But again, it depends on the ranges, to be honest, man. But is 20 ticks enough to consistently pull money out of gold? 100%. One contract is $200. Well, you do that a good couple of times a week, 3 times a week, $600. That's amazing. As long as you're able to manage your risk less than that, or have a much better win rate, then yeah, absolutely, man, definitely. There's no right or wrong answer for that. Your stats will tell you that. But 100%, man. Absolutely. There's no right or wrong amounts here. Some people might even scalp 10 ticks and be done. But yeah, that's what these sessions are all about. Talking, all these levels, all these trades that we talked about this week, guys. It's the whole purpose of these streams is to show you guys the way that I trade gold, and hopefully you guys can learn something from these streams and take these trades on your own, because that's what these are all about. Currency chart back up into that 33.50 level, starting to have a little bit of a rejection. This is going to be a really nice liquidity level on gold now. There's a high chance you're going to tag these highs. I would say any rejection from here, same again, you'll get more people trying to short sit in their stops above. There's a high chance you squeeze these highs. Now, if I was going to buy up into these highs here as the next liquidity level, I wouldn't do it here. I'd want to see price come down, maybe liquidate some previous 15 or 30 minute lows, hold 33.50, and then I would try and buy from down here. So again, if you're going to buy into a liquidity level, you still want to do it at a good area. You don't want to be trying to take buys up here, because your risk to reward here is going to be pretty poor. If you buy from here, well, your reward's going to be here. Where's your risk? What? All the way back down here? It's not worth it. So if we want to buy into this next liquidity level and back up into 33.60, we want to see if you get a bit of a pullback on gold. But yeah, keep tuning into these streams. Like I say, guys, you learn a lot from these. You learn a lot from these streams. Just tuning in and just seeing price play out. What do you think about the sell trade at 3:30 London time after the 30-minute was a fake out holding resistance? Let's have a look, man. This was a nice trade, man. This was a good trade. I saw this earlier. This was a nice trade. Although you didn't grab these highs, you did still grab a high and closed bearish. So that was a good short, man. I don't know how much it would have given you. Would have given you what, lows of 43? I probably would have been trying to target down here, to be honest. So may have got me at break even. But yeah, definitely. That was a good short, man. Even if you just scalp that fake out, that continuation, maybe even into them lows. 30 ticks, yeah, 100%. That was a good fake out, man. Definitely. I actually think the nicer trade was the Asia buys. The reason the buys were nicer is because yesterday had this huge bullish rejection, nice bullish price action. You came down, you grabbed lows, you then closed bullish and held support. So buying that 3 AM candle back up into that 33.50 would have been nice. I guess it could have been tough though, because you did grab highs here and close bearish. Then you grab lows and close bullish. But yeah, definitely, man. I like that 330 fake out, man, 100%. Percentage of daily volume is Asia, London, New York. I'm not too sure the exact stats, Liam, but I would say New York will have obviously the majority, and recently Asia's been having more than London. I'd say New York's probably got at least like 70% of it, and then split between Asia and London after that. So yeah, if you want more trades on gold today, guys, you want to see a little bit of pullback, then you can see if you can get some more buys into our next liquidity level. NQ trying to get bought back up here as well. Just came down, grabbed lows, closed bullish. Nice rejection there. So you're trying to see if you can continue to break back high here. Is copper having a bit of a pullback? Yeah, copper, you want to see a little bit of pullback on copper. Yeah, definitely, Joe, definitely. Definitely, man. Let's have a look. So Joe just asked, which is a great question. Could you talk a little bit about how best to estimate when a particular run, up or down, may be becoming exhausted, and what point you no longer look for pullbacks to continue riding that run? So what would stop me from looking pullbacks for a certain run would be if all liquidity levels have been hit. So let's say if this just came up into here and hit these highs and then started to pull back. Well, if you pull back from here, I wouldn't be too interested long because my targets have been met. And also, like, kind of a move like this, if I believe that these highs are going to get grabbed here on gold, which I do believe, for me, this run's pretty overextended. Because if we measure this in the London session, you know, so almost a 200 tick move, that's a very, very decent move for the London session. Anything over 100 ticks in Asia or London, to me, that's a big move that if I haven't already got it, if I try and trade after a 100 tick or 150 tick move, then I feel like I'm trying to FOMO into a position. So anything over 100 ticks for me is probably a bit overextended. But as long as my liquidity levels haven't been hit, any pullback, the trade is absolutely still valid. So for like here, you know, if we haven't hit these highs and we start to pull back, this run to me can still easily continue. And it also depends on where your higher time frame's at as well. If you kind of look at the currency chart and you're coming into, you know, big 4-hour resistance, then, you know, you don't want to be continuing that trend. Kind of what gold's doing right now. It's kind of filled most of the 4-hour range, and you could pull back from it. So it's kind of, again, all comes back to using the higher time frame and understanding if we're coming back into potential reversal regions. Exactly the same as if we were shorting gold today. Let's say if we were shorting gold today, the end of this run down is this big 4-hour zone to me in previous 4-hour lows. So if I was shorting the lower time frame today here on gold, say if I was shorting here for whatever reason, when do I know that this move's coming to an end? Once we grab previous 4-hour lows and we hit major higher time frame resistance. Kind of same thing right now. I do believe this is going to push high because we have liquidity levels, but on an intraday perspective, this move here is pretty much happened. Like, that's pretty much it. We've kind of bounced, we played the range. Because all the markets are really doing is playing from range to range, right? We're going from one range to the next. And that's, you know, here, like this range, here's our range. That's what, you know, whether we notice or not, but one thing I always do when I jump on stream with you guys, we're trying to identify the range for the day. What's my range for the day? Because that's all we're really doing. We're not trying to hit home runs here, no, we're just trying to play the range. And for me here, the range today here in London is from here to here. That's my range for London. So at this point, the range is pretty much done. So if I'm now trying to identify, okay, cool, where's my next range? My next range is probably going to be from here back up into here. So right now, if this is my next range that I'm playing in, well, we're right in the middle. So if I want to trade my next range, where do I want to do it? I want to do it back at the lows. So for me here, this move is pretty exhausted, you could say. And if I want to trade my next range from here to here, then I want to do it back at the lows. It's probably something I say without even realizing. But you guys see me every time we jump on the charts. I'm trying to. The first thing I do is what's our range for the day, because that's all London's really doing. You know, ranges doesn't mean you can't trade. Ranges are, you know, it's just how price moves. We move from one range to the next. But if we're going to trade our range, we want to be doing it at good areas. Zoom guys, give me 2 seconds. Zoom guys, I'm gonna have to YouTube guys. Sorry, I'm gonna have to wrap up there. I have a cinema evening dinner date with the girlfriend, so we're gonna have to wrap up there, guys. But that's 2 great trades here, 2 back-to-back trades. Very little drawdown, locking in $600 across 2 accounts, and a lovely, lovely way to end what has been a very important patient week. We had a great trade on Monday, very small, like $100 loss on Tuesday or Wednesday, no trades on Thursday, and then 2 back-to-back trades here on Friday. And this again is the power of patience. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. I will see you guys same time again every single day next week. Trade safe. I have an important video coming tonight as well, guys, which is the video from the trading retreat in about 4 hours. No, 3.5 hours. I have the trading retreat video dropping, so Be sure to come in and say hello for the premiere of that, and I'll see you guys same time again next week. Trade safe, guys. We've had an amazing move here today as well. Hopefully you guys have learned something, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys Monday. Peace.